Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Not a typical video from me today. I wanted to share some of the things that I started doing recently that completely changed my style and my life in general. I just want to clarify that this isn't about criticism. It's about sharing and exchanging awareness and experience and information. I don't give advice that I don't follow myself. As a stylist, I'm not immune to any mistakes. I bought the wrong things, I did the wrong things, and learned some valuable lessons. Some lessons I learned by observing my clients. So hopefully in this video, I'm going to share things that have made the whole difference for me and my clients, and that will hopefully inspire you to do in the future. So the first one is shopping fasting. I think it's pretty fair to say that many, if not most of us, have already a pretty decent wardrobe. So it's not a question of not having what to wear as much as having trouble deciding what to wear due to something called decision-making fatigue. It's that familiar sense of weariness that arises when you open your closet and are met with a sea of clothes that somehow fail to inspire you. It's that feeling when your once beloved pieces have lost their charm. Who has never felt this way once in their lives? So once in a while, I suggest my clients to go on a shopping fasting for a period of time. And I'm currently doing one at the moment. When I was writing my book, I interviewed some psychologists who confirmed my thesis and observations because I always like to be backed up by science. It's also a great opportunity for a wardrobe detox where you eliminate everything that doesn't belong there anymore and you make room for the new. That's extremely important, that exchange of energy. And get your wardrobe ready when you resume acquiring new items that absolutely have to do with you, with the new you. I guarantee you it's going to make a huge difference in your energy levels and in your life. Number 2, stop consuming fast fashion. This is totally linked with the first one. Although I've never been a huge consumer of fast fashion, I'm guilty of buying items from brands that aren't necessarily in line with my values for convenience. We do the same with food, right? We know certain foods aren't good for us, but we consume anyway. But for me, I got to a point that I simply couldn't continue consuming fashion from brands that I know for a fact are harming the planet, exploiting people and nature. Convenience alone doesn't justify, and I just couldn't keep closing my eyes. I understand it's a delicate subject because, again, just like organic food isn't cheap and many can't afford it, not everybody can consume quite luxury fashion items, for example. But there are affordable brands that you can support that have great values. We just need to spend some time doing some searchings. And funny enough, when we consume less, we have more time and money in our hands to do this. And number 3, starting searching brands more in depth. And again, all this is interconnected. When I completely stopped consuming fast fashion, I went in depth into searching for brands that are emerging with a completely different mindset, more sustainable, more community-based, and more ethical. It's not about just reading labels, it's about properly searching because things can be deceiving. Labels can be necessarily trusted. So trust no biased source, trust no one with an agenda. Fashion plays a massive role in our planet pollution. Without intending to give anybody a lecture, it's on us to make it better. Feeling good in how we dress has a much broader comprehension than just clothing that we wear. It's an attitude towards life at large, and it includes our overall well-being. It's understanding where our clothes come from, how they are made, and everything we put on our body, and be really willing to partake in that. Number 4, assume my sexy side. I don't know about you, but as I've gotten older, I went through a phase that I felt that I couldn't express my sexy side. Something inside me said it was wrong. I think it's, that little voice that speaks in our head. Today, we can be whatever we want, and sexiness is not to be confused with being vulgar. I think there's a lot of confusion there. It's about showcasing our womanhood, acknowledging our female bodies at its best, highlighting our assets. A little bit of skin in the right places feels so right. Number 5, aging gracefully. As a woman over 50, we should honor the woman we became. But we live in a world that is obsessed with youth and looking younger. And this can leave us pressured for looking a certain way that can leave us feeling lost and disconnected with our essence. When we feel that way, we might end up making decisions that aren't in line with who we are. A few years ago, I discovered that I developed Botox antibodies. I'm sharing that with you because beauty has always been a huge part of my life and my career. And that played a big impact on my confidence levels. Because after all, we stylists are supposed to look youthful, impeccable, and stylish at all times, right? And that was when I realized how lucky I am for having this amazing immune system that works perfectly for me. So instead of focusing on what I couldn't have, I started diving deep on natural alternatives, and I came up with quite a few amazing gadgets and natural therapies and nanocurrent frequency, LED masks, and even facial acupuncture that actually worked pretty well for me and turned out to be even better than Botox and fillers. I myself am not a huge fan of fillers. It's just totally personal. And I wouldn't have found about any of that otherwise. I also came full circle back to my younger years pre-fashion when I had tailor-made skin routine by a doctor full of active ingredients. Having worked in luxurious magazines at the beginning of my career, I learned about ingredients and I was exposed to all brands. You name it, I tried. Today, I completely stopped using any expensive skincare that have proven to be completely ineffective and went back to my roots. And I'm pretty happy with the results. My skin routine is pretty simple and inexpensive and very effective. I made a video on that. If you're interested in watching, I'll leave the link in the description box below. Number 6, really being ruthless about cleaning my wardrobe. I have to confess that I haven't always been good at that. There was a time that I felt very attached to certain pieces, particularly those special ones that we feel amazing in. And by the time I was actually going to wear them, they were dated already, because I kept saving them for something special. But I got to a point in my life that I needed to free myself of the excess. So I really went ruthless about cleaning and keeping my wardrobe concise, which by default helps me keep in line with my style. And every time I detect a change in my style, I go ahead and eliminate that or those items that no longer resonate. Remember, they're cluttering your wardrobe, and clutter is stagnated energy. When you really do trust your intuition, you let go of that energy that no longer serves you. Treat your closet as you would your mind, because that's what it is. Make room for the new and rid yourself of the excess, which creates confusion and stress. Number 7, wearing more classics in neutral colors. There are basic 2 types of wardrobes. One that is full of classic in neutral tones, and the other is a closet full of statement trendy items. Both are the 2 extremes of the spectrum. As a stylist, I tended to be the latter. Today, with lifestyle changes, becoming a mom, an entrepreneur, I found that I was craving more and more a middle ground. The risk with the extremes is that they fundamentally lack balance. Too many statement items without an anchor have no substance. Too classic a look can feel mundane. It needs character, personality. You run the risk of looking the same every day. So for me, it's important to add color, some form of pattern, to play with proportions. At this day and age, we have to show the world who we are, why we are unique. That's what it is special about us, while never losing track of a solid foundation. Number 8, only buying what I'm going to wear. The next step is to buy something that screams you. We are all bombarded with all the notification sales alerts and being constantly in stores and all of that. And all of that sometimes feel tempting to be constantly buying because it was on sale, or because you found the piece nice, or you saw somebody wearing it on Pinterest and looked amazing on her. You went ahead and bought it. And then you realize that wasn't you after all. You bought for the wrong reasons. I always ask myself, can I wear it in the 3 most important aspects of my life? work, going out, and weekend, as well as most of the year. Do you know how to style them differently? Does it go with the other pieces in your wardrobe? Ask as many questions as you can. If you're not 100% sure, leave the store or go offline, take a break, sleep over it. If you wake up the next morning still thinking about the item, go ahead and buy it. But if you don't, forget it. It's not worth it, because it's still money that will be stuck in your wardrobe and it's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to be cluttering your wardrobe and eventually you toss it or give it away. Be mindful about everything you put in your wardrobe. Just think about the return of the investment, how it's going to make you feel, how you're going to wear it in many ways, not just one or two ways. Be pragmatic and think price per wear. Number 9, buying things that make you look expensive, which doesn't necessarily mean expensive items. I have no prejudice against any brands, apart from what I just said at the beginning. And I actually have some of a kind pieces from high street stores, but this is exactly what they are. They are one-off pieces. I consider myself lucky to have found them because I'm constantly in stores and online, so I'm more likely to find these items. But that's it for the most part. These stores lack personality because they are mass-produced. They cut corners, which can cheapen the look. I think as we get older, we benefit from elevated styles that will really make us feel amazing and take our style to the next level. And one of the things that can do that is fabrics. It's really, really important to understand and recognize a great quality fabrication. Synthetics, natural fibers, blends, or those. So spend some time touching garments and reading tags and knowing that the thickness, how the fabric drapes on your body, if it creates bulk, if it's unflattering in any way. That's important to understand. Even more important when you buy a garment online, because it's when you read the description, you know how the garment will translate on your body. You cannot just trust the picture. First and foremost, there's all these slim girls there, and the garments are completely tailored for them. I know that for a fact because I worked in the fashion industry. Having all these things in mind really pays off. A little bit of work at first, but when it becomes second nature, when you are well informed and mindful about your purchases patterns, can you make informed decisions? And that's the whole purpose of it all. So just learn some of the rules, and then when you master them, you break them and make your outfit your own and bring your signature style. That's the definition of a true stylish woman. It's someone that inspires others. You are original, you are unique. So learn what works for you and become a true stylish woman yourself. That was it for today. As usual, thank you so much for your support and thanks for watching it until the end. Leave your comment in the section below. I love interacting with you as usual. Have a great day, everyone, a great week, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.